What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about Healthy Choices Wellness Corp. It's been a while since I've done a video on it, so I want to go over some of the data points, what's been coming out from the company itself, and then aside from that, what will be coming out this upcoming week. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So on Friday, it did get hit rather hard. It went down 16.65%, closed at 57 cents. There hasn't been all that much in news from the company itself. Last news did come out on March the 12th, where it goes over Healthy Choices Wellness provides a shareholder update highlighting strategic growth drivers. So it's good that the company itself is obviously acknowledging that things aren't going right. This is why they have to put out this type of news. But at the end of the day, like, their big plans that they're doing is to try to do wholesale kind of baking, if that kind of makes sense, to a lot of restaurants. I don't see that being that profitable at the end of the day. Aside from that, though, it looks like they hired a couple new positions, which of course costs money. I don't think that at this stage in the game, having a data analyst is really going to help all that much. And then aside from that, though, it just shows that they're going to be strengthening some loyalty initiatives, which at the end of the day, I'm sure a lot of people might see that and say, hey, that's actually good news. It's costly. It's costly to maintain all these initiatives. So at the end, I think ultimately just this is fluff. And the reason why they actually wanted to put out fluff to try to pump up the price a little bit is because of a reverse stock split and being deficient with the New York Stock Exchange. So my last video, which was roughly like a month ago, month and a half, I did state that Healthier Choices Wellness Corp getting close to that $1 range is very scary, only because if a stock is trading below $1 for 30 consecutive trading days, it is deficient with both the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange rules. And so as of right now, they have been below $1 for 34 consecutive trading days. So this is why they put out the news on the 12th. That was the last ditch effort from the company to try to push it above $1, because if it closed above $1, it was going to reset, right? Because it needs to be 30 consecutive trading days. So this is ultimately what will be coming this week, and that is going to be the company acknowledging that they did receive from the New York Stock Exchange that they are deficient with the $1 bid price rule. So now I'm sure some of you might be wondering, okay, with that said, what is coming next? So ultimately, that kind of deficiency, the New York Stock Exchange is going to give the company 180 days to rectify the deficiency, as what's laid out here. So recently there's been some updates. So this is the most updated kind of information associated to kind of reverse stock splits, extensions, and so forth. So company will be given a 180-day extension, and for whatever reason in that 180 days they're not able to rectify the deficiency, then New York Stock Exchange will give them another 180-day extension, but they do have to have rubber stamp approval that a reverse stock split is going to occur. And so at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is something I stated almost like 6 months ago, for the most part, straight out the gate, that they were going to do this whole spin-off and it was going to result in a reverse stock split. That's kind of just how the cards are falling for this company, and it is only going to escalate the death spiral, because with all those toxic debt kind of instruments that unfortunately HCMC took on for already that spinoff before it even happened, all of that is really going to destroy the company through dilution. And so I think at the end of the day, it is going to not stop at just the one. It is going to go to do a second reverse stock split, most likely at the tail end of 2025. That's just my estimate, of course, and then on which they will get knocked down, because you can kind of see based on this ruling right here, goes over reverse stock splits. So company can't do another reverse stock split to kind of rectify a deficiency you know, like blah blah blah, if it's within a 1 year time span or over a 2 year time span, if they've had a kind of a larger ratio than a 1 to 200. So at the end of the day, this company, like I said, did have a lot of interesting potential, but the fact that they still don't even have a website, that's just comical to me. This news over here goes over a lot of their subsidiaries' websites, but nothing from the actual like parent company itself. So it's honestly, I see this kind of comical how this played out, and for anyone to actually buy in on this company when the actual insiders haven't done anything. Insiders still don't own any of the shares. I think a lot of people seem to forget that, because we have not seen any Form 4s coming from the company itself to signal that they bought in. So this whole scenario, in my opinion, was just comical, just to add to the scam. And it's, I think, the only benefit at the end of the day will walk away from all this with a lot of money, it was the actual note holders. So a lot of those toxic debt instruments, they are walking away with like 20x their money. They're laughing. The only ones that lost out are shareholders. You have those same shareholders kind of out there saying that this company is being shorted and that's kind of the culprit. That's not the case. Only 4.1% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 96.82 thousand shares. So it's not heavily shorted. It's not being manipulated. It honestly is just very poorly managed from a larger standpoint. And yeah, it's just bad business decisions. So let me know your general thoughts. This is a very quick update, but as far as what is going to be coming this upcoming week, you will be getting a actual notice from the New York Stock Exchange. And that's just how they are now deficient with that $1 bid price. So let me know your thoughts. Are you buying this stock? Are you selling? Do you like it? What's your kind of general thoughts on all of this? And do you think I'm wrong about potentially them needing a reverse stock split? Do you think that they're going to be able to rectify the deficiency naturally? Sometimes you do see that. Recently, Polestar was one of the companies that it was deficient with a NASDAQ ruling, and it didn't do any reverse stock split. It went up naturally, went up like 60%. So it's possible, but the company really needs to get their act together and do it right quick. So yeah, let me know your general thoughts. Hopefully everyone's having an amazing weekend thus far. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon to get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.